Hey everyone! If you thought The Bold and the Beautiful was going to coast quietly into the new year, think again. The final days of December and the first full week of January are shaping up to be explosive, emotional, and downright ruthless. Old grudges resurface, family lines are drawn in the sand, and one trademark oversight could change the power balance at Forrester Creations forever. You're listening to Soap Dirt, your go-to source for everything dramatic, delicious, and deeply messy in daytime television. And these two-week spoilers prove that B&B is entering 2025 with claws out and zero apologies. Let's dive in. Monday, December 29. Suspicions rise, sisters clash, and Logan becomes a battlefield. We kick things off with unfinished business from last week, and it's already uncomfortable. Will opens up to Electra about his growing concern for Dylan. He's convinced she's homeless, and worse, that she's been living out of her car. The conversation carries an uneasy tone, raising red flags that something isn't quite right with Dylan's situation. Is she truly down on her luck, or is there more to this story? Meanwhile, over at Spencer Publications, the Logan sisters are once again at war. Brooke and Katie are still butting heads after their explosive confrontation, and Donna is desperately trying to play peacemaker. But let's be real, this feud is way past the point of gentle mediation. Brooke flat out forbids Katie from naming her new fashion house Logan, claiming the name belongs to her legacy. Katie, however, is having none of it. From her perspective, Brooke rode the Logan name into fame and now wants to gatekeep it like it's sacred property. Katie's message is crystal clear. I'm a Logan too, and I don't need your permission. The tension only escalates when Ridge and Brooke head back to Forrester Creations and seek legal advice from Carter. The big question, can Katie legally use the Logan name? Here's where things get interesting. Despite Brooke's emotional argument, including the absurd claim that Logan is a pet name Ridge uses for her, the legal reality isn't on her side. You can't trademark a nickname or sit on a brand for 22 years without using it and expect ownership to stick. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Tuesday, December 30th. Bill becomes Katie's champion, and Liam spots a game-changing mistake. If Brooke and Ridge thought they could intimidate Katie into backing down, they clearly underestimated Dollar Bill Spencer. Bill steps in as Katie's loudest, proudest supporter, encouraging her to stop listening to the critics, especially Brooke and Ridge, who keep insisting she's not ready to run a fashion house. And that argument? Completely insulting. Katie already ran Forrester Creations once. She knows exactly what she's doing. Bill reminds her of something crucial. She's a Logan. The name is hers just as much as Brooke's, and no one gets to rewrite that history. But the real bombshell comes when Ridge claims Forrester still owns the trademark to Logan. Brooke backs him up, citing her long-abandoned company, Logan Designs. Except they don't. Liam, curious and cautious, checks the USPTO database, and what he finds changes everything. Yes, Forrester used to own the trademark. No, they don't anymore. The trademark expired. It was never renewed. Cue panic. Suddenly, Liam and Carter find themselves in a frantic race, both typing furiously, both trying to re-register the Logan Designs trademark before the other. And if soap logic tells us anything, it's that Liam beating Carter to the punch would be peak drama. At Forrester, panic, blame, and a massive legal failure. When Carter realizes the trademark lapse is real, Ridge explodes. Brooke is frantic, desperate to know if Logan still belongs to them. But here's the brutal truth. If you don't actively use a trademark, you lose it, period. Forrester hasn't used Logan Designs in over 20 years. They have no legal leg to stand on. And Carter, he dropped the ball. This oversight could cost Forrester everything, and Ridge is not known for forgiving mistakes. Will, Electra, and Dylan, help or a dangerous invitation? Back on the personal front, Will and Electra rally around Dylan, offering emotional support and possibly something more tangible, a place to stay. But this situation feels off. Electra doesn't live there full time. Dylan moving in could blur boundaries fast, and the vibes she's giving, not exactly innocent. There's something unsettling brewing here, and it's only the beginning. Wednesday, December 31st. Katie breaks down and Bill goes nuclear. On the final episode of the year, emotions hit a boiling point. Katie confides in Bill about something Brooke did, and it clearly devastated her. Whatever Brooke said or did crossed a line, and Katie is visibly shaken. Speculation is already flying. Did Brooke trash talk her publicly, sabotage her office, toss her belongings out like garbage? Honestly, none of it would be out of character. Bill is furious, and when Bill Spencer is angry, people pay the price. He confronts Ridge, making it clear that targeting Katie, emotionally or professionally, is unacceptable. Carter, however, places the blame on Bill for the rift between Brooke and Katie. Fans may disagree. At this point, the damage lies squarely at Brooke and Ridge's feet. Thursday, January 1st, New Year's Day rerun, a Tollywood throwback. New Year's Day brings a rerun, but it's a juicy one. We're taken back to Italia, where Brooke modeled stunning dresses, flirted shamelessly with Nick, and drove Ridge absolutely insane. Nick was ready to propose, Eric was trying to chase him off, and destiny arguments were flying left and right. Classic B&B chaos, and a reminder of how long these tangled relationships have been simmering. Friday, January 2nd. The new year begins and the attacks continue. The first new episode of 2025 wastes no time. Ridge, Brooke, and Carter continue undermining Katie's business plans, and their behavior is downright ugly. The possibility of legal action looms, with talk of injunctions and lawsuits to stop Katie before she even launches. Will grows increasingly uncomfortable, and fans might start rooting for him to walk away entirely. Meanwhile, Dylan expresses gratitude for Will and Electra's generosity, but her interactions grow increasingly questionable. Electra's comment that all Will wants is respect feels oddly loaded, and Dylan seems far more interested in Will than she should be. And yes, Finn and Will showering outdoors continues to deliver the fan service no one asked for but everyone appreciates. Thank you, B&B.